Okay, friends. Well, one time I ran into someone who was, I guess, fairly famous. I was DJing at the Chatterbox. It might have even been before it was the Chatterbox. It might have been Sonny's Drive-In at that time. But a guy came over and introduced himself and said he was traveling with a friend who was admiring the stuff I was playing at in the restaurant. And I said, well, so who's your friend? He says, well, it's Robert De Niro. And I said, really? He's here? And he says, look, don't go looking at him because if people all of a sudden notice who he is, there's so many people in here they'll just crowd him for autographs. Just I said, okay, I understand. I I said, I'm sometimes famous, but I've never been quite that famous. He said, well, he says sometimes it's a curse, but he said he's really admiring your music. Could he come over and maybe yak with you a minute or two? I said, well, heck yeah. Now he says, yeah, he's going to kind of stand with his head in the shadow. So we notice there's a shadow here. Might be the best way. But I remember what a positive person he was when he came over. Really a, a very pleasurable and decent person, I thought. And he gave me all these rules for having a happy life. And he and I remember they were pretty good rules, if I recall right. I'm trying to think. Try to do something good every day. Um, think of your friends. Think of your friends and what great contributions they've made to your life. And he said, not hanger on friends, but good friends, the ones that would go to the wall for you. And I said, yeah, gosh, and he went on like that. It was really, really cool. And I got to thinking, um, I'm wondering if I ought to try some of that stuff. Gosh, pass on the gauntlet, shall we say? Running the gauntlet? No, pass on the baton to like he did to me. And I was just thinking, really, I see a lot of people just walking around gloomy, something awful lately. And no doubt, I mean, no, there's plenty of reasons to be gloomy. You got the pandemic, you've got all this baloney going on, and I got to thinking, I remember the guys on the rescue squad I was with. Okay, down in North Carolina, down in the city of Wilson. If anyone could be gloomy, it would be them. But there was something about those people, the guys and gals that were there, that, yeah, there were times, and myself included, where you'd come home and just stand in the middle of uh, your living room or whatever and just sob your heart out at some of the things you saw. And no one would blame you. No one would blame you. Some of the stuff was pretty grisly and awful and very sad sometimes. And and you were always plagued with, could we have maybe done something different and that person might still be alive, or that kind of thing. But after that good cry, generally you got it over with and you were ready for the next duty night or the next call. And sometimes that was a stinkeroo too. But one thing that if I've got to say, one thing that is a very, very good idea is to have those moments when you do, but also take some time every day to dwell on some of the cool things that are part of your life, like your friends. Again, think of friends and family members that you just adore. Gosh, I could sit and think about Sandy. Sure, we might bicker now and then, but for the most part, I got to say, I got a treasure there. She's a good little wife. I've got my kids. I don't see them that much, but I know they're on this planet somewhere. Grandchildren too, and I don't know. Just to know they're orbiting the same sun as me is, I don't know. I kind of like it. Wish I could see them more, but they are in my life. So that's cool. Near as the phone or the computer. What else? Gosh, there's so many things. Uh, it's there's also people that you could one way or another help. I really do try this. I especially did it when I had my shows, and I'll give this to you, is just try to think of some way, somehow you can make a person's day a little brighter. Now, that was easy to do when I had a radio show. Very easy. And with these videos, I knock them out, and hopefully there's people who watch them on occasion and dig the scene and have themselves a grand old time uh, going through these videos. There's now got to be somewhere around 2,000 of them by now. And there you are. You can spend weeks going through those things. And if they bring a little light to your life, a little brightness, cool. It's great. Oh gosh, what else? There's so many things. Um, I would suggest you think of ways maybe you can make someone's holiday a little brighter. There might be someone who's living alone that you know of. Maybe just had what with COVID, there's plenty of people who have lost someone, have lost a loved one. Maybe you can give them a little bit of um, a friendly kick in the pants. Yeah, I don't mean go over and kick them, but I mean find something you can do that maybe at least gets at least a bit of a grin on their kisser. Hmm? Yeah, stuff like that. And I think honestly, you'll be the better off for it. Pretty soon you'll be grinning too. And because really, all the troubles we're in, the way the world's shaping up, you could get very gloomy about it. But if you try to fight it, if you try to, I don't know, the things that are going wrong, if you try to do what you can to alleviate them, pretty soon you're feeling pretty good too. I am bringing up the rescue squad, but that was, and doing radio shows. Both were things I felt that I could do to make people a little happier. And both things just tickled me something fierce. Rescue sometimes was terrifying, but then so was radio sometimes. You get right down to it. So anyway, I just thought I'd say, give it a thought and get yourself busy. Report back in 24 hours. We'll see you later. Bye now. God bless.